Hello, I'm currently walking up the towpath of the impressive Bridgewater Canal that winds its way 39 miles through countryside, towns and even cities. It's considered to be the nation's first true canal, not altering any rivers and carving its own path. The section that I'm on now was first designed and completed in 1761. That's 264 years ago. And it was for the 3rd Duke of Bridgewater. If you wondered where the name came from, well, there you go. And it was designed to transport coal from his coal mines of Worsley to Manchester, later extending to Runcorn and Leigh. One of the principal canal engineers for the canal was James Brindley, who was born in the little village of Tunstead, Derbyshire, and I'm sure a video on him is required in the future. The canal is very interesting, and it certainly is a catalyst that made Manchester the powerhouse it became. But there's something rather intriguing just around the bend. A lighthouse. For some context, this part of the canal is over 30 miles away from the coast. It's not really a place that you'd need one of these. And if you rely on a lighthouse to stop you crashing at this bend, I think you shouldn't be driving a canal boat. So why is there a lighthouse in lovely Monton? Well, it's all down to a bloke called Phil. He seems like a lovely chap, and he used to live in a canal boat moored not too far away from the lighthouse. And back in the early 2000s, that plot of land was basically vacant old industrial land, and so he thought it would be a great spot to make something more permanent. He submitted planning permission to build his new home. However, this was becoming difficult as the land had regulations imposed upon it due to its proximity to the nearby conservation area. A major requirement by the council is that the building must be built out of stone. After what I can only imagine to be a light bulb moment for Phil, he thought, why not a lighthouse? And as you can tell, it not only got approved, but after 3.5 years of construction and £20,000 later, in 2004, it was completed. It may look like a folly, and for the most part that's what it is. But inside there's a cast iron spiral staircase that came from a disused church in Brummie, and at the top of it, it was used as an office, as well as actually having a working light. Only used for special occasions, the light is genuine, coming from a redundant lightship once sailing on the English Channel. Initially, not everyone in Monton was pleased with the lighthouse, but as time has gone on and now 20 years later, it's an undeniable landmark in the local area. I mean, even the new medical centre next to the lighthouse tries to nod at the marine architecture that Phil started. As you can tell in a lot of my footage, Phil eventually did get his way and got planning permission to build a bungalow right beside the lighthouse, a keeper's lodge if you will. So do bear in mind, if you come and visit, it is his house, so don't come knocking. And as the last lighthouse keepers in Britain stepped away from their roles in 1998, weirdly, Phil would become the only one in the country from 2004. Of course, it's more of a technicality, but it's pretty damn interesting nonetheless. But overall, the lighthouse is just somewhat different, and I love it for that. Plus, there's a pub right opposite, so it's always going to be worth a walk up the canal to get here. Speaking of, I'll leave a link down below on how to get here, and for public transport's sake, Patricroft railway station is less than a mile down the canal. But thank you very much for watching. A huge thank you to all my supporters on Ko-fi, and until next time, ta-ra. Waste vacant industrial land, and so we thought it would make a good